Anything else? No? Yes? Mm-hmm. Speaker 1. Topic 1. Speaker 1, line number 1. I don't really have much of an opinion about it as far as I'm concerned. Right? So you can analyze that. As far as I'm concerned means in my opinion.
Topic 1, Peter 2, line 2, talking nonsense.
Talking nonsense, what does that mean, guys?
That means talking something that's not important or
Yeah.
unnecessary.
Yeah. So talking nonsense means you talk about something which is unimportant or unnecessary. Yeah? Question?
Track, that one, that track, topic 1, speaker 1, line number 1, appeals.
Yeah, if it appeals to someone means attract someone.
Topic 2, speaker 1, line number 1. We tackle this issue head on.
Topic 2, speaker 1. It's important that we tackle this issue head on. Which one? Tackle this issue head on. Okay, what does that mean?
We should fix something.
Yeah, it means, yeah, in short, we should fix something, we should deal with something, okay? Immediately. So here they say it's so important that we tackle this issue head on. I mean, we tackle what kind of issue here? Climate change, right? That means we need to tackle the issue related to climate change head on. I mean, quickly, face to face, or immediately, okay, as fast as possible. This is also a very good term or phrase. Okay, when you say, well, we need to deal with something face to face or fast or immediately, then we can use that phrase. Yeah. Okay. Go on. Yeah.
Topic 1, track number 21.
Yeah.
Speaker 3, what does appreciate mean?
Appreciate.
Listen.
You know. Okay. Anything else? Be careful of some phrases here, because if you read and then you say, huh, why is so strange, looks so strange, probably that is an idiom or some kind of special phrases or phrasal verb or something, okay? Because they go together, so the meaning would change because of that. It's not the same meaning as the one when you search for some single words or individual words. Be careful with that. The rest is quite durable. This is just for listening. Normally vocabulary and listening is much easier compared with reading, right? It's very helpful if you can read this for many times, okay? It's very helpful for your speaking skill. Yeah. Assess. You can assess how successful it is, right? Assess, what does that mean? It means evaluate. When you can assess how successful it is, that means you have a look at that and you say, oh, yeah, it is a big success or just a small success, something like that. So that means you assess that one. Assess, that means you check and you give the answer or you give feedback or something like that. So it means evaluate. Yeah, wait. Evaluate. Assessment, evaluate. I mean, you check things, you say that is right or wrong, good or bad, something like that. Okay. And here, when we say we assess how successful it is, that means we say, oh, it is really a big success, or just some kind of small success. Okay, not too much, nothing new or something like that. So they assess. Guys, speaker, you should write that one first. Now, speaker 2, topic 2, speaker 2, line number 3. They don't amount to anything real. You see the word amount? Why don't you ask? Because amount normally does a noun, right? Why it appears like this? They don't amount to anything real. Yeah, they don't amount to anything real. I mean, they don't lead to anything real, or they don't give any real impact. Okay? They quote all kinds of studies, but they don't amount to anything real. I mean, they don't lead to anything real, or they don't give any kind of important effect or something like that. Okay. Okay. They have no real value or no real impact or something like that. Okay, anything else?
Simon. Number 2.
Yeah.
Expedition.
Number 2, expedition, right?
A trip.
Yeah, trip, journey, things like that, but kind of more adventurous. It's not like a regular trip, like a holiday trip or something. When we say expedition, it's like you come and you discover something, okay? Yeah. Yeah, kind of in some situation, but most of the time when we evaluate something, I mean, we try to analyze it, try to understand more, and then we say something about it, kind of give feedback or say it is right or wrong, okay? Whether it is necessary to do it or not, something like that. Yeah. Like we evaluate the value of a company, something like that. Anything else? That's it? Okay. Alright, we will get back to this later if you still have any more questions. Alright, now let's continue with our lesson. Today we'll continue to exercise 5, understanding speakers' attitudes. People often, page 60, exercise 5. People often use expressions to show their attitude and opinions. Listen to 6 short conversations and choose positive A, negative B, or neutral C for each attitude expressed by the second speaker. Oh, the second speaker. Okay. Now let's do it. Try
3. Conversation 1.
It looks like the government is going to raise taxes in the budget tomorrow.
Seriously? I really don't see how that could be a good idea. It'll reduce spending and affect the economy without a doubt.
Conversation 2.
They just said on the local news that the bus companies are planning to reduce fares for travel after 10 o'clock to get more people to come into town.
That certainly sounds like it would work well. It would definitely help shops and businesses, as well as the local attractions.
Conversation 3.
Oh no, not again. The air traffic controllers are going on strike. That will cause massive delays at the airports and ruin a lot of travel plans.
Well, to be honest, I'm not really worried. I'm travelling by train for my holiday.
Conversation 4.
It says here in today's paper that the government is going to offer free dental checks to people over 60.
I'm all for that. Anything that helps people take care of their teeth has to be a good thing.
Conversation 5.
There's a report in the sports section that says Athletic are going to buy that Brazilian striker Reginaldo for £40 million.
That much? I can't seriously believe that. I really don't think he's as good as the experts say he is.
Conversation 6.
The government is going to bring more doctors and medical staff from abroad to fill vacancies. Maybe they should try to find more here.
It's all the same to me. As long as they're qualified and speak good English, it shouldn't matter where they're from.
Okay. 1.
B.
What is that?
B.
Okay, now each one of you will tell me answers. Okay, so 1B, right? Okay, now 1B. Number 2. Quỳnh Anh.
B.
No. 2A. 3. Quỳnh Hương. 3C. 4.
A.
4A. 5.
B.
5B. 6. 6C. Okay, now listen again, one more time.
Track 23. Conversation 1.
It looks like the government is going to raise taxes in the budget tomorrow.
Seriously? I really don't see how that could be a good idea.
You see? Seriously, I really don't see how that could be a good idea. See that? Like negative, right? Negative.
It'll reduce spending and affect the economy without a doubt.
You see, you recognize her voice as well. It's kind of, kind of a little bit angry there or upset there, right? So a lower voice, right? The tone is lower. Show her she's upset.
Conversation 2.
Now, number 2. When we say number 2 is positive, that means like the tone or the voice should raise up, right? Now listen.
They just said on the local news that the bus companies are planning to reduce fares for travel after 10 o'clock to get more people to come into town.
That's
Okay, now the second speaker, right? Not the first one. So the first one, we just ignore that. Now let's listen to this man.
certainly sounds like it would work well. It would definitely help shops and businesses as...
You see his voice? That will work well or something like that. So his voice just raised, and then he just feel like, he feel positive about something. So try to recognize those kind of expressions, okay?
as well as the local attractions.
Okay, number 3, when we say about neutral, I mean that voice should not be too high or too low, okay? It cannot like raise too much, because when they raise too much, it means it's positive. When they lower their tone, then it shows that they're upset, so it's negative. But something like in between should be neutral, right? Listen.
Conversation 3.
Oh no, not again. The air traffic controllers are going on strike. That will cause massive delays at the airports and ruin a lot of travel plans.
Well, to
Okay, now listen.
be honest, I'm not really worried. I'm travelling by train for my holiday.
Okay? I'm not so worried. I'm traveling by train every single day, so it's very normal. Okay? So neutral. Not positive, not negative.
Conversation 4.
It says here in today's paper that the government is going to offer free dental checks to people over 60.
Okay, now let's listen to see whether that is really positive or not.
I'm all for that. Anything that helps people take care of their teeth has to be a good thing.
Okay? Has to be a good thing, so positive.
Conversation 5.
There's a report in the sports section that says Athletic are going to buy that Brazilian striker Reginaldo for £40 million.
That much? I can't seriously believe that.
That much? I can't seriously believe that, right? I can't seriously believe that. Go on.
I really don't think he's as good as the experts say he is.
Okay, I don't think it's okay. I don't think as good as the experts say it is. Something like that, so negative, upset.
Conversation 6.
The government is going to bring more doctors and medical staff from abroad to fill vacancies. Maybe they should try to find more here.
It's all the same to me, as long as they're
It's all the same to me, so not important, okay? It's all the same to me. Go on. Listen to her voice.
qualified and speak good English, it shouldn't matter where they're from.
Yeah, okay, something like that. All right, we will check the script later. Now let's move on to exercise 6. Listen to the conversations again and write the key words and expressions which express the speaker's attitude. Decide whether it is positive, negative, or neutral. Oh, okay, so some keywords like, so we listen to that one again. So conversation 1, seriously, keywords or expression, and then you write seriously, that is positive or negative or neutral. Yeah? Okay, listen again. That means you really need to write fast.
Track 23. Conversation 1.
It looks like the government is going to raise taxes in the budget tomorrow.
Seriously? I really don't see how that could be a good idea. It'll reduce spending and affect the economy without a doubt.
Conversation 2.
They just said on the local news that the bus companies are planning to reduce fares for travel after 10 o'clock to get more people to come into town.
That certainly sounds like it would work well. It would definitely help shops and businesses, as well as the local attractions.
Oh, this is too fast. I don't think you can write that one. Now let's listen one by one and then you can tell me and then you write immediately, okay? Because it's too fast. I don't think you can write and then you can say, oh, positive, negative, this one, that one, no.
Idea. It'll reduce spending.
Okay, go.
It looks like the government is going to raise taxes in the budget tomorrow.
Seriously?
Seriously, we have that one already. Now let's see whether we have something else.
I really don't see how that could be a good idea. It'll reduce spending and affect the economy without a doubt.
Okay, which one? Which one? I really don't see how. Okay? Or you can write, I don't see how. So remember those expressions. Okay? You can write there, I don't see how, in the keywords and expressions column. Okay? I don't see how. And tell me, on the next column, what should we write? Positive, negative, neutral? Negative. Okay? So I don't see how. Negative. Okay, now let's listen to the next one. Conversation 2.
Conversation 2.
They just said on the local news that the bus companies are planning to reduce fares for travel after 10 o'clock to get more people to come into town.
Okay, now, the man, listen.
That certainly sounds like it would work well. It would definitely help shops and businesses, as well as the local attractions.
Okay, now we have some adverbs showing positive things. Definitely. And?
They just said on the local news that the bus companies are planning to reduce fares for travel after 10 o'clock to get more people to come into town.
That certainly sounds like it would work well.
That certainly sounds like it would work well. So what? We have another adverb. Certainly. Yeah, something like well, work well is something positive, right? So, but we don't need to write everything. We can write certainly and definitely, right? Certainly, definitely. Certainly, CER TAINLY. Definitely. DEFINITLY. Yeah? DEFINITLY. Certainly. Definitely. Guys, normally we don't use the word certainly for something negative. I certainly don't come. It sounds strange. You understand? Okay, something like that. So we are talking about positive. Of course, we have to base on the context as well, and also the tone as well. Not just a few words, but here we try to write something. Okay, so definitely. So guys, when you want to say something kind of, you're so sure about that, okay, you want to emphasize, then you can use these words, very helpful in speaking, yeah, certainly, or definitely, yeah, use that in your speaking test. Okay, now next one, conversation 3.
It would definitely help shops and businesses, as well as the local attractions.
Conversation 3.
Oh no, not again. The air traffic controllers are going on strike. That will cause massive delays at the airports and ruin a lot of travel plans.
Well, to be honest, I'm not really worried.
Yeah, well, yeah, something, well, when you hear something like, well, you know that, yeah, I don't care, okay, well, you know, so you can write there, keywords and expression, you can write well, okay, to be honest. And the next one, I'm not really worried. Honest. HONEST. Okay. Well, to be honest, I'm not really worried. So this is neutral, right? So you can write neutral there. Okay, let's continue.
Travelling by train for my holiday.
Conversation 4.
It says here in today's paper that the government is going to offer free dental checks to people over 60.
I'm all for that. Anything that helps people take care of their teeth has to be a good thing.
Okay, what's that? Yeah, a good thing. And before that we have? Yeah, I'm all for that. What does that mean? I'm all in. I'm all for that. Kind of, I'm all in. I mean, I really like it. I'm all for that. I mean, I support that. Okay, I like it. I'm all for that. So you can write there. And also a good thing. And because of that, we know it is positive. Alright, next one.
Conversation 5.
There's a report in the sports section that says Athletic are going to buy that Brazilian striker Reginaldo for £40 million.
That much? I can't seriously believe that. I really don't think he's as good as the experts say he is.
Okay, so what do we have? Yeah. But we don't need to write that much. That means we don't believe, right? And also what else? I can't seriously believe that. Okay, so you can write that. I can't seriously believe that. Okay? I can't seriously believe that. Seriously. SERIOUSLY. Okay? I can't seriously believe that. And what else? I really don't think. I can't seriously believe that. I really don't think. So So that is negative, right? Now, conversation 6. Let's do it.
Conversation 6.
The government is going to bring more doctors and medical staff from abroad to fill vacancies. Maybe they should try to find more here.
It's all the same to me. As long as they're qualified and speak good English, it shouldn't matter where they're from.
Okay, which one? Yes, it's all the same to me, okay? It's all the same to me. I mean, for me, which one is better? I don't care. Whatever, okay? So it's all the same to me. It's all the same to me. What else? It shouldn't matter. Or like it doesn't matter, right? Oh, it doesn't really matter. Do this, that. Very neutral. Okay, it's all the same to me. It shouldn't matter. That is neutral. Yeah? All right. Done. Now let's move on to the next exercise. This one is really interesting. Understanding the role of distractors. Do you understand distractors? Yes, okay. Yeah, just try to distract you, make sure that you cannot focus on the right thing, right? They try to lure you away from the fact. So, got distractors. Alright, exercise 7. Listen to parts of the conversation again between Maria, Simon, and Dr. Thornton and choose the correct answer, A, B, or C. We need to read the question first, right? Dr. Thornton thinks studying the Mars expedition is a good idea because she thinks the mission will be successful. Robots and machines will be used to start a colony there. The students will have the chance to study it until it ends. When Hương read the one in the box. Mm-hmm. Options.
The wrong options are called distractors. They are designed to be attractive, for example, by talking about the correct answers, but giving the incorrect information. The distractors do not answer questions.
Yes, of course, you have been doing so many tests so far, right? So you know what distractors do, right? They are designed to be attractive, for example, by talking about the correct answer but giving the incorrect information. So that they just mention that. They just mention something, but then they lead you to the wrong direction, right? They say about something else. The distractors do not answer the question. For example, A, she thinks the mission will be successful. So probably you will hear something about mission, and you will hear something that's successful or something, but that is not about Mars expedition. Maybe they're talking about Pluto expedition or Moon expedition or something, okay? Or like B, robots and machines will be used to start a colony there. So in the conversation, you might hear something like robots, machines, colony, or start a colony, something like that, right? But maybe it's not robots and machines for Mars, but it's robots and machines for Pluto or Moon or something like that, right? So they're there, but they will for sure lead you to the wrong direction. Okay, something like that. So listen carefully, guys. So normally when you hear something, you see, you read, and then the answer will be, the best answer normally will be like something you will hear, but for sure they will use some similar words and phrases compared with what the speakers use. They won't use exactly the same phrase. or some sentences. But normally you have to understand that, like you have to translate from English to English, okay, in another way. Got it? Now let's listen and tell me whether the answer is A, B, or C. Dr. Thornton thinks studying the Mars expedition is a good idea because mission successful, robots, machines will be used, start calling there. C, students chance study until it ends, something like that, just some keywords. Yeah. Okay, listen.
Track 24.
That'd be ideal. 6 months is just right for you. You could follow their progress and how the project develops. From what I know, the Pluto project is already a success, but with the Mars one, you can assess how successful it is as it progresses, and you can write it up for your final report.
Yeah, that sounds promising.
Okay, but before we decide, I'd just like to mention one more. I heard that the Chinese are planning an expedition to the moon.
What? Another man or woman on the moon? That's already been done. I don't think the moon's particularly interesting these days.
Simon has a point. I mean, the Chinese are coming up now, and they've got some new ideas. I don't think they're sending any astronauts. I think it's just an expedition with robots and machines to find the best place to start a colony.
Yes, but I don't think that's particularly interesting. I mean, no one has ever seen Pluto close up, and no one has tried to go to Mars. So I think they'd be more interesting expeditions to do.
You have a point. Perhaps it would be better to focus on one of the other two.
Okay. If you ask me, I'd prefer to see how a group of people get along living together in a difficult situation, like they'll be doing in Arizona in preparation for their trip. I think you'd get far more out of that, but the final decision is yours. What do you think?
Okay, so what's that? C. Okay, good. The answer is C. Because they talk about the mission will be successful. What's that? Is that about Mars? No, A. She thinks the mission will be successful. Yeah, about Pluto, right? Not Mars. And B, robots and machines will be used to start a colony there. There, where is that? Yeah, they're talking about the moon, right? So not the Mars. So the only thing left, the students will have the chance to study it until it ends. They, of course, they don't say that something like you have a chance to study it until it ends, but they say something else, right? Now listen again and tell me what did they say, like something similar to that. Tell me something similar to that.
Track 24.
That'd be ideal. 6 months is just right for you. You could follow their progress and how the project develops. From what I know, the Pluto project is already a success, but with the Mars one, you can assess how successful it is as it progresses, and you can write it up for your final report.
Yeah.
So? Yes. The final report. First, you can assess how successful it is as it progresses, and you can write it up. The important thing here, you can write it up for your final report. Yeah. So here they say the students will have the chance to study it until it ends. Okay, I mean you go along with that as it progresses. So here, like something like you can assess how successful it is as it progresses, the first thing, and then you can write it up for your final report. You stick to that until the end. Okay. So of course they don't say something like until it ends or something. No, they won't do that. Yeah. They use something like a progresses final report. Yeah. You can do it right in your final report. Things like that. And again, for the success, the mission success, they are talking about the Pluto project, right? The Pluto project. And robots and machines star colony, that is the moon. So A and B, they are the distractors in this case, and C is the correct answer. Alright. Alright, now exercise 8. Check your answer with your teacher and then answer these questions to help you find the reasons why the other two options are not correct. We already explained that already, right? Number 1, what does Dr. Thornton say is actually successful? What's that? The Pluto project, right? Because here, like, what does Dr. Thornton say is actually successful? The successful thing is the Pluto project. So you can write the Pluto project there. Make it short, okay? It's not the key thing, just to help us to understand. And number 2, which expedition is sending robots and machines to find a suitable place for a colony? Which one? Moon. Yeah, that is the moon, right? And number 3, what time references do you hear? The Mars project will last 6 months. Okay? The time, that is 6 months. Actually, when you go on, you continue with that conversation until the end, they talk about a group of people in Arizona, right? If you ask me, I prefer to see how a group of people get along living together in a difficult situation like they'll be doing in Arizona, preparation for their trip. That is the trip to Mars, right? I think you get far more out of that, but the final decision is yours. Okay? I talk somewhere here about 6 months project, blah blah, something like that. So the time will last 6 months. And just the right length of time for the group, so C must be the correct answer, right? Okay, done. You can have a short break. Yeah. Alright. Alright, exercise 9. Listen to a conversation between Maria, Simon, and Dr. Thornton 1 month after the start of the project and read questions 1 to 3. There are 2 options for each question, 1 correct answer and 1 distractor. For each question, choose the correct answer and think about why the distractor is wrong. Okay? Yeah. So we have 3 questions here. Toeing, read number 1. Okay, now if we need to underline some keywords here, what should we underline? Yeah, so we need to, again, first of all, we need to underline the name of the guy, right? Of course, otherwise, if they talk about someone else, then the answer should be wrong. So left, we don't need to be accurate in terms of grammar here. We just need the meaning. So Alfonso left Mars project, okay? And then we give reason A, he became ill, right? So we just need to underline ill. Why they were in Arizona, so just say ill, maybe Arizona or something. If he ill at home and that's something else, but I think ill, okay? B, yeah, problem, unconnected to project, okay? Problem, unconnected to project. When they say unconnected to project, what does that mean? When they say that he had a problem unconnected to the project, what does that mean? He doesn't like the project? No. What does that mean? I mean, he had a problem and that problem is not related to the project. Maybe that is just his home problem or his personal problem or the problem of his country or something, okay? Unrelated to the project. So number 1, ill. Number 2, problem. But that kind of problem, remember, unconnected to the project. But if that kind of problem related to the project is wrong, you understand? Okay, B, number 2, Ngọc Anh.
If someone leaves the Mars project, the rules say that a new person must take their place. No new people can join later.
Okay. So what should we underline here? Yeah, someone leaves, maybe we just leaves Mars project. Okay, leaves Mars project. Rules, okay, we're talking about rules, right? What kind of rules for leaving Mars project? We just need something like that. A new person must take their place. Yeah, a new person take place. A new person take place. That means for them to leave, then there must be a new person to take his place immediately. Okay? If not, then you are not allowed to leave. That's the rule. Now B. No new people can join at a later date. Okay. No new people. Yeah, join. Maybe a later date or something. A later date. Okay. Now number 3. Thing Nga.
Simon agrees that only one person should look after the food production. Being more than one person should look after the food production.
Oh, here we see something very different from each other, right? So Simon agrees. Okay, what else?
Only one person.
Yes, only one person. The other one, they have more than one person, right? Only one person look after food production. Only one person look after food production. The other one, more than one person, right? Look after food production. Okay. Of course, in the exam, you have to do that very, very fast. Okay, quickly. Otherwise, you cannot catch up with that. Okay. Now let's listen. 25.
Track 25.
I assume you've seen the latest update from the Mars project. One of the people has had to leave the project in Arizona, which is a bit of bad news. It only came out last night.
Oh, really? We missed that. Who is it?
Alfonso, the biologist. That means that they won't be able to monitor the plants they've been growing for food. Apparently, his mother was taken ill, so he decided it was more important to be with her than stay with the project.
His mother's ill. That's a pity. I hope it's nothing serious. Are they planning to bring someone else in, or have they got someone to take over the plant care?
Well, as you know, according to the rules of the project, no one else can come in once it's started, so they'll just have to make the best of it. After all, in a real situation, you can't just call up an agency and get someone else.
I think Carla would be the best person to take over. As Chief Medical Officer, she's had training in biology.
That might be true, but I'm not sure that means she's the best person for the job.
Why not? There's nobody else in the project who's got her experience in that area.
Maybe, but I personally think the best solution would be to share the work. I'm sure they can all learn how to do it, and what's more, they can make sure that if anything else happens to one of them, the others will have a good idea of what to do.
Yeah, I agree with Dr. Thornton. That would be the best solution. But I'm sure they'll announce their plans later.
Right. So now that update is out of the way, let's see what other progress you've made.
Okay, it's quite clear. I hope so. So number 1, A or B? B, right? Okay, 1B. You can mark that one. So who was ill? His mother, not him. So when they say, they use the word ill to distract you, right? But that is another person, not him. So that's wrong. So 1B. Number 2. 2B. Yeah. According to the rules, no one contacts, so they have to do their best if someone leaves. So 2B. Okay. Now number 3. 3B. Okay. One person should look after that. Okay. Of course, guys, when you do listening a lot, so when you hear something they mention, I remember like for number 2, distractor, they talk about someone take the place, right? You hear something take the place, so at that time you really have to focus. Oh, take the place. Is that right? But normally when they say that, it's too soon and too early like that, and they say no. So that means it's wrong. That's the distractor, right? Yeah. Okay, good. So that's the way we do listening. But now you need to explain it to me. Distractor A, what is that? Because here they say that you, for each question, choose the correct answer and think about why the distractor is wrong. A is wrong because that is his mother was ill, not him, right? Number 2, why it's wrong? Yeah, and Dr. Thornton said that no one can join, so they have to do their best. But we try to listen again, and I will tell you more. You see why it jumps in.
Track 25.
Food.
Lee, we missed that. Who is it?
Alfonso, the biologist. That means that they won't be able to monitor the plants they've been growing for food. Apparently, his mother was taken ill, so he decided it was more important to be with her than stay with the project.
His mother's ill. That's a pity. I hope it's nothing serious. Are they planning to bring someone else in?
Okay, so this is number 2. Okay, now let's listen and see when the distractor comes in. It's so easy to recognize.
Or have they got someone to take over the plant care?
Okay, so the question about if someone leaves the Mars project, the rules say something, right? Let's go.
Well, as you know, according to the rules of the project, no one else can come in once it's started.
Okay, so it's very clear, right? According to the rule, no one else can come in when it started, so something like that. And also because before that, Simon already mentioned something about someone come and take his place, right?
Project, no one else can come in once.
Planning to bring someone else in?
Okay.
More important to be with her than stay with the project.
His mother's ill. That's a pity. I hope it's nothing serious. Are they planning to bring someone else in?
Okay. Are they planning to bring someone else in, right? So when we hear something like, we focus, a new person must take their place, something like that. And we see whether yes or no, and the answer is right there, right?
Or have they got someone to take over the plant care?
Okay. So that's the question that A is mentioning here, right?
Well, as you know, according to the rules of the project, no one else can come in once it's started.
Okay, so that's enough for us to decide, okay, A is wrong. Okay? Because they mentioned about a new person must take their place, something like that, and Dr. Thornton said no already. So A is wrong, so the answer is B for sure. The rest is you just listen to add more ideas to be for sure that okay, the answer is B. Okay? And the next one is just so easy. First they say one person, okay? Maria said only that person that woman should fit well with that kind of job. But then Dr. Thornton and Simon said that no, we need more people to take care of the job, right? Okay, because all of you did the right thing, so we just move on. Oh, it's time. All right, so we'll continue tomorrow. Yeah, that's it for today.